Shout out to everybody out there. Thank you for jumping on into this Saturday. Beautiful day to be alive. Can't believe that we're all here. Loving it. Loving it. Loving it. And thank you so much for being here. Let's jump on into the live stream. Have an absolute blast. Let's get that music pumping in your veins, baby. Shout out to everybody for being here, jumping on in. I'm coming at you hot right at the beginning here. Shout out to you all. I love you all. Appreciate you all. And we're going to have an amazing time here breaking down Bitcoin like we do every single day. We're going to have a sip of the lemon water. And we're going to have a blast. I haven't taken a look at Bitcoin yet this morning. So we're going to take a look at what's happening. I just got a drop frame. I'm not sure why. A bit odd on a Saturday morning. Oh, I think I know why. Yeah. I got to get my kids off that internet. Anyway, we'll figure this out. Hopefully we'll make it through. And it's just a glitch there. But we'll see. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show. I hope we're still... it looks like we fought through it, but you never know. You never know. Good morning, Livers. Yeah, who wants? Yeah. All right. So let's take a look at what's happening here for BTC. Sideways all night long. I'd even put in a Bitcoin update last night because it was just sideways. There was really nothing to talk about. I attempted to try to swing trade a little move on the 5-minute that just really turned into nil. And there's possibilities there could have been some scalps on the 1 minute. Like right here when the 1 minute crossed that 200. But I mean, they're a little bit there and there. But it was back and forth. That's not my cup of tea. You know, head and shoulder there that came down. Look at that, head and shoulder. Measured move is the length of the head. Isn't that amazing? It's just like, never fails to play out, you know. And then the falling wedge is supposed to break to the upside. The measured move, which I take from the beginning of the wedge to the top of the wedge, right? And that's supposed to break out 68% of the time. And then you have like this little flag. And I guess you would say that was supposed to, you know. It's kind of crazy how it all, like, I can see it all through shapes and patterns. Other people just say, no, it's all made up. And if it is made up and it works, then it is. See, what people don't realize is your reality is created by what you see. And if that's how you see it and you make a gain, then nobody can say anything about you. So what I like to do is I like to start fresh with Bitcoin like I've never seen it before in my life. Okay. Wow. 43% of drop frames in the last 2 minutes. Wondering why we're getting a drop frame here. Could be a couple things, but I am not sure. I don't know if you guys are able to get through this. I hope so on this Saturday morning. But we still see a bit of a bull flag here on the daily time frame. Still looks like a double bottom to be that's breaking to the upside, a bit of a W. And things are starting to make sense for me, but you never know. You know, we never know. So only time will tell. I do have a lot of windows open today too. I got to start shutting some things down. But, you know, if we get above the 200 MA on the daily, that's usually, I'm telling you right now, 9 out of 10 times we get a massive move to the upside. So thanks for all you do, Lifer. Can we check ABT on the daily? Where do you see this coin going, this bull run? Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Shout out to Joker NYC. Hope we're getting through. Maybe you can see it and hear me. And then like the video will catch up though. I hope everything's working out. I did see a couple issues though, which I'm not a fan of, but maybe they'll be worked through. You never know. I don't understand why, but we'll see. You know. Okay. Chart and voice are fine. Well, that's all that matters, right? That people see the chart and the voice. I really don't. Me, it's cool that you see me, but you know, at the end of the day, I could even be a little smaller, right? I could even be like, hi guys, I'm down here, guys. What if I was just down here? And I was just doing my thing. And I was like, hey, you know, the smallest YouTuber in the world. He's so small that even when his camera's big, he's tiny, you know. Little Sam, little mini Sam over there. Well, then I could be like, yeah. Anyway, with the music all weird too at the wrong time. At the right time, and the wrong time. All right, so let's get back out of the nonsense here and break down Bitcoin. So what did we talk about? What have we been saying? It's Saturday, right? We're a day away from the weekly close. So what I do is I strip the chart of all things, I double click it, I remove the moving averages, and we take in what's happening with the candles alone. Like we back, wow, there's some nice support right there at 44,000, right? You can see, and then, wow, there's some nice support resistance. Previous resistance becomes support. We did wick to that 2 times there, and that's where these 2 candles close, and we had a wick to it. So you can see, wow, that was a strong hold area there, 51,009, 52,000. Crazy that we did get to that $49,000 area for Bitcoin, and we were opening up our walls, buying BTC, buying coins in the fear, and the deepest fear when people were telling us that the bull market's over and we're going into 4-year cycles of downtrends. That's when I'm opening up the wallet and I'm getting in. I'm just buying more. And you guys saw it. I had conviction, and I believe in Bitcoin. I believe in the long-term idea of an asset that is scarcer than other assets, period. I think it's 8-year-old math of supply and demand, and it's simple to me that I should take a shot at BTC. So the weekly had beautiful support right off that 52,000 level, came up. We broke this level here at 61.5. I will stick to this as my key area. As long as we close above 61.5, I'm happy. We were a little higher. Times have changed. We'll see. Anything could happen. It's going to end up being a wick and a nasty, I've seen insane things, right, in 2 days on the weekend here. So you never know. But right now, we are bullish with the close above 61.5. That's all I'm asking for. Then next week, we can go after 64.2 and then up to 68,000. And we'll take it one step at a time, one day at a time, one candle at a time, 1 week at a time, because we don't have a choice. All right? We don't have a choice. So, all right. And, all right, moving forward, we can see that the daily, we'll look at our 3-day chart too. When is our next 3-day candle close? We just had it. So our 3-day candle was bullish too. A nice bullish close above its resistance. It's at this similar area though where it keeps having an issue, which is about 64.2. That's going to be the next area to the hurdle to cross. We crossed 64.2, it's 68. We crossed 68, everyone. It's the all-time highs. And we're basically in a perfect W right here on the daily chart that I've been talking about since the day it slightly began right there. And I've been showing people how if you just trade simply, and I remember we traded this cup and handle, got blasted to the upside. 4-hour made it even easier to see. But anyway, I just wanted to point out how like the TA is just simple. Like, and we pull a fib from here to there. We ended up getting, I believe, a golden pocket right there. Golden pocket bounce. I mean, it's all there. It's amazing. Anyway, so the daily. All right. And I teach all this too. Next Saturday, a week from today, I'll be teaching a live course. If you take the QR code here or the link below, and you're going to find my 9-step checklist before I get into any trade. You're going to learn so much about how and why I get into trades, and it's going to help you on the live stream. The live stream will come alive like 3D goggles. A lot of people after watching that, they see a lot of what's happening. It's pretty interesting. So stay tuned for that. I think that will blow your mind. Okay. So a bit of a double bottom resistance here at 64,250. Can we get back above it is the key question. Once you break 64.2, it's 68,000 and on. And I mean, and then it's really starting to rally. The idea behind this is a double bottom. And that's your measured move by the book, textbook, like anyone who trades would know this. $75,000 for BTC is your measured move. 68% chance this is likely, and it continues to rally as such. So no guarantees, of course, in trading, but this thing is looking hot. So now I'm a moving average guy, right? We've gone through a lot of things, but now if you're new to my channel, you don't know anything about moving averages. And you think, oh, he's a pattern trader. He just went over all these patterns. But wait, he's talking about the VRVP. Oh wait, he brings up BOOKMAP and liquidity. Wait, who is this man? Is he a pattern trader? He just talked about a Fibonacci 618 reversal. Wait, he's a fib trader. Wait, but he started the channel with nothing on the screen and he talked about support and resistance. Oh, he's a support and resistance guy. No, but now he's going to discuss what? The 200 MA? And he's going to break down how we're too far from the 21 SMA? Oh, he's a moving average trader. Oh, wait, no, this guy does. Oh, wait. Oh, my God. I just watched this guy for an hour. He does Fibonacci, liquidity, moving averages, support and resistance. Like, wow. I think I gotta, I think I should keep watching because there's a lot here. Amen, right? So, look, we got resistance by the 200 MA here on the daily time frame. And whenever I'm away from a 21-day moving average, it tells me that we're likely, when we're very bullish, we'll get an upward trending flag. When we're like really bullish, when we're generally bullish, we'll get a beautiful bull pennant sideways. And when we're even bullish, but we just need a bigger pullback because the impulse was too high, we'll get this downward flag and the 21 will touch. Either way, all three of these play out as such, the straight, the high, or the low. And the idea is the time to get in is when the stochastics turn, okay? And they could turn halfway if you're extremely bullish, but most of the time they turn here, but they could turn there or just go down a little bit and then flip up again. But usually at this point, after a double top on the Stokes, we'll reset. The daily will go down for about a week, right? This will turn and it would say like next Friday, you would begin the move. And like that would be the beginning of a rally that would end. And it would basically be like, September 28th and the beginning of October, and things would begin to change. So I'm not saying that's guaranteed, but it looks very likely. And then that would be a Sammy cup in handy, you see. There would be our cup. There would be a handle made. We'll pull a fib here, wick to wick, and you can see, I wouldn't want to see us get too low because that would be 57,000. But a bounce maybe off the 0.5 would be beautiful, around 60K, 58, So, I'm not saying we're pulling back for sure because we could easily go sideways. But I am saying it's likely that we either get consolidation sideways and we come and meet this 21-day moving average on the daily. We're just a little too far away from it, in my humble opinion. Here we were pretty far away in a similar situation, and we just had a little pullback and a pump. So that could happen. So with that being said, I'm going to remind myself to watch. And at the end of the day, no matter what happens, if we break above this 200 MA, if we break above this yellow line, the 200 MA, that's going to be a highly likely sign that we're going to continue to the upside and go a little bullish. Okay? Highly likely, but you never know. All right, there's no guarantees for sure, and you never know. But it could be, So boom, let's see what happens. Today we could close a candle above the 200 MA. Above resistance, above 64,200. There's a chance. We're going to take a look at BOOKMAP and see what's happening with the liquidity. Shout out to BOOKMAP. Link in the description to BOOKMAP. All right. And I get a commission from BOOKMAP. They don't sponsor the channel, but I do get a commission. There's a bunch of liquidity down here, which is pretty nice, right? You can see it. But there's a big value, but this has been up there for a while. We've been kind of like floating. So right now it's in between. I wouldn't be surprised when we go to the bigger time frames if we find a symmetrical triangle. A lot of times when I see liquidity on either side, it lines up with the technical analysis. But technically you could almost do one of these, right? You could float this up and say, hey, yeah, we could go either way today. We could either break down, but that says 48,000 back to the bottom of the channel. That would be ugly. Break back up to like 72. It's like, it's not the best channel, but it is 2 touches. This would be 3 touches. It would be 2 trend lines interfering. So a breakout could ensue. I like what I'm seeing here, and I want to watch how the daily interacts with the 21-day moving average. I like my 12-hour and my 22. They both are saying the same thing. They just need to go sideways a little bit and reset here. I like that 8-hour though. The 8-hour looks like, it's getting more scrumptious. The 21 again away from, needs to get up to price action, but crossing the 200 is bullish. You can see kind of a golden cross eventually happening. See how the 50 is lurking to come eventually cross, and it's probably going to do it here somewhere by the end of September, maybe even 5, 6, 7, 8 days, and then bang. To me, there's a setup here brewing by watching and I'm seeing this because the moving averages, even though they may be a latent signal at the moment of the crosses, if you foreshadow the crosses and study how they play out, they can become very, 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 because they can build a lot of confidence. Like for me, I know, like when I saw this happening, because like, look, we could do, same thing here. Like it wasn't happening yet, but I could see the 50 coming for the 200. And it told me, what it told me is that the 50 would eventually cross the 200 and price action would probably be somewhere higher in the next few weeks. It's like they're not exact. They're not like a buy and sell signal. But once you get to know them, they tell you what's likely going to happen. And then you look for so you're like, they confirm that. Basically what I'm saying, I guess, is they confirm the trend. In all definition of the sense, they confirm the trend. And, whether I see it like almost like I separate it from that idea and just look at it like, oh, I can front run the 50 coming for that 200. And this is the red line curving up towards my yellow line if you use the same colors, which I think you should if you're in the group. And once you get that's another good reason to take the class and understand what's happening. So, sorry. I was doing control behind on them. So, okay, now let's move to so we see things look interesting, right? It looks like on the bigger time frames, things look interesting, right? So we just want to see the daily just kind of do its thing here, consolidate. 4 hours starting to look a little more bullish, right? It's oversold. It's in a bit of a flag. The 8 hours getting that cross. It could entice you, right? You'd be like, well, but you'd almost think it broke out of a little mini flag there. Looks like it wants to get busy. 67,000. Wouldn't that be amazing? A huge pump today. So the 4 hour looks interesting, but the other time frames really don't. And there's a resistance here at 63,250. So 1, 2, you got to flip that to remain bullish. And again, it is. I think this is the symmetrical triangle that they're building up with, with all that liquidity. I say 90% of the time, these are 50-50 patterns. Like I played them in years past, but 90% of the time in the last 2 years, I've seen these break to the downside. So this is up to 64,350 or down to 61, right? So we're watching this, and it's a little Bart Simpson-y. It's head and shoulder-esque, right? It just doesn't look amazing. There's some bearish tones to the way this is behaving, right? But now, look, we got above the 200 MA on the 15. If we can stay above the yellow line, we're bullish. Every time we go below it, it's like we test trend. 7 minute is above it and doing okay. So what do I see happening when I come tonight at 8 p.m.? And that's kind of what it boils down to. 1 minute, just a little move, but I'm not chasing on the weekends. We had such a good week, no reason to. I don't think I'm going to be opening a trade. The 4 hour looks interesting. It makes me wonder, will I miss out on a move to 67,000? If I see one type of move, I guess the smaller time frames will convey, and I'll pay attention. So, the move up would be to 64,350. Boom, right? And this is a possibility. So we're watching this today. This is kind of what you're looking for. What I'd like to see is if the 15 minute breaks out and then we make some type of flag here, I'll take this move out because this is more likely than almost a bit of a cup and handle there too. So that's what I want to watch. I'd watch the 15 minute for a pump. If it pumps, then I'll watch for a pullback. Now, I won't FOMO. And if you plan these things out and do them as you plan them out, you really won't FOMO. And a lot of times you'll see like the 15 minute, if it does break out, it will make the flag. Fine, you miss some of the move. You don't get it all if you take the risky entry right now. But right now, you might just get stopped out easily. It might not just go out in the favor because it's tough, right? Look, this is a similar pattern, but shoulder, head, shoulder, it looks, this is also, it's funny, like it's symmetrical triangle there, right? So you're trading the 1 minute, you're looking at a similar situation as you're trading on the 1 hour. Funny how like there's a microcosm, right? They look exactly the same almost too. You could even almost, it's interesting, right? I sometimes I wonder, right? Because it's like, it will be too exact, but if I take the bars pattern here, and then I copy it, and you go back to the 1 hour, right? And you paste it. I don't know what that, I keep hearing. And you gotta like move these around. It's weird, it won't let me make it bigger. That might be the... Anyway, hold on. I gotta delete this one. Paste it again. It's weird. It's so similar, but they're not letting me play my little game here. There's a glitch. So here, I'll take this one and I'll go back the other way. I'll copy this and go back to the 1 minute, but they look so similar, right? And then you shrink this one down. Annoying, you know, but just bear with me here. We'll get it. We'll get it. But like, it's eerily, creepily, like the almost exact same pattern. Look, see that? It's so weird. Like, wow. And a lot of times I'll see this, like, and I'm wondering, like, do they signal to each other? Do they, like, is it an algorithm that's, like, what is it? You know, and I figure there's no such thing as a coincidence. So I'm always wondering in my mind, like, what does this mean? You know, like, how could it be so close? But anyway, even though like a little cup here, the down, you know, I don't know, it's all exactly the same. And they even make the same pattern, right? Climbing to the upside at 63.2. I mean, and there's a lot of liquidity above you to 64 all the way to 65,000. So if Bitcoin climbs, look at it climbing right now to the upside, breaking out of the symmetrical triangle, right? Measured move takes it back to 64,250. 15-minute getting a move above the 200 MA, which is a bullish sign, you know, but weekend trading is so treacherous. The problem is you can avoid it, and what if, you know, it is interesting, like the biggest move could come at any moment. That's the saddest thing about Bitcoin, like at any moment the biggest move could come. I think that's what drives me to work so hard too, 7 days a week, because I just know like my opportunities come. And some of the biggest opportunities, you might be 5 or 6 days in a 300-day trading career where you hit some massive opportunities. And it comes from just years of hard work, right? And you never know sometimes when those days come. And so I just work so hard for those big, huge wins and the day-to-day grind. I'm in love with the grind. I really am. You know, I'm in love with the grind. So 1 hour looks like it has some gas to break out. 2 hour looks interesting. Like 2 hours says, hey, we could pump today and make some gains. I see us kind of going sideways for most of the day. I wouldn't chase. And, you know, the 4 hour is starting to build some type of momentum, like it wants to pump, though. It's close enough to the 21 for it to continue. You get another moving averages crossing. So there's some bullish signs here for Bitcoin. You know, I'm going to get rid of these projection lines. We don't really need them right now. And that bigger channel we're in. So if this flag were to break out, I mean, you'd have to say the measured move would be here. That says you can get to about 67,900. Like, I mean, that all looks probable. So, you know, do you FOMO? I don't FOMO. I mean, I'd rather DCA into alts if I think that's going to be, you know, so like I'll DCA into some alts today, you know, and I'll share with my group what I'm looking at. And then if this is a huge pump, like I'll make massive gains on those DCAs. Like they'll be good moves, right? This will take the whole market kind of where it needs to go. And I can also, you know, lev trade it if I have to, if I see the move that I'm looking for. So remember, let's get back to the 15 minute. We're getting the pump, which is nice. Let's break above resistance at 63,280 here, which is pretty close. And you know, your next level is 63.7 and then all the way up to like 64,000 there, right? There's enough liquidity to get you there on BOOKMAP, even though it is the weekend. So they, you know, they could go stop hunt all the shorts and just go, you know, grab liquidity up here. I think my VRVP got taken out in the process of something. We'll bring it back in because, yeah. So there's a POC here too on this 15 minute. Let's take a look at this. A point of control is a red line, right? That when there's a lot of buying and selling, once you get above the red line, you likely can follow all the way back up to like 64,169. So there's likelihood of a move to the upside here for Bitcoin, but there's no guarantees. But you know, it is starting to show me some signs. Stochastic's a little high. I wouldn't chase the weekend. Again, if we break out here and we make some type of flag, that's what I'm going to be looking at for some type of price action. If not, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if we kind of got to go up or down. And when I show up tonight, which is going to be at, let's just say 20, right? Because that's 8 o'clock. And that is right here, right? Bang. So I wouldn't be surprised if we're just like in this right here. I'm going to keep this circle open and we'll go from there. But that's my prediction for the day. Shout out to anyone that jumps into the trading group. Shout out to the elite nailing massive gains. So gains on gains. We've been hitting Bitcoin. ORN went out of the inverted head and shoulder for a beautiful move to the upside. And then Paxi, or Pax, however you want to call it, up 76% out the flag to the upside, continuing to moon. Fetch continuing to make gains too out of the inverted head and shoulder. Accurate calls for that, that beautiful cup and handle for Bitcoin. I mean, and then selling the top beautifully since like I sold the top in front of, we all did, I told you. And since then, I think it went to 64.6 or something. We sold 64.5. What was that top there? 64.158. Did we go higher there at one point? Hold on one second. Yeah, it was okay. 64,000. What did we sell? 64,150. Right. I'm just trying to see what the got it on reputable is somewhere. Anyway, but when the market was hot, we got out in gains, just obviously. Oh yeah, that was the trade that night. Let's see what that trade hit. I think it hit about 64,000 right here. Here it is. So we were trading that night. We had the pump. I sold 64,000, so pretty close, like 150 bucks from the top was the last really big bullish trade we've made. Since then, I've been just kind of watching the market, trying to, attempting to scalp small time frames. And, losing a couple, winning a couple. And so it's just been kind of right? This has been chop, right? No real good movement. So looking for the 15-minute to break out and make a flag is really what I would like to see. And say you have a bunch of stuff and you have a hard time to delete this, you can always go to the list here and find all the markers and just delete all the markers. And that would, like say I did a bunch of stuff, I did this and that, and I didn't want to go and find them all and delete them all. You just come here and highlight them all, hit delete, and you'll be good to go. Anyway, so Bitcoin looks to be breaking out on the 1 hour time frame. It did just get into the hot zone. It is oversold, overbought, but that's when a big pump can happen too. Sounds like I said a big pumpkin. All right, a big pumpkin can happen. A big pump can happen. A big pumpkin. A big pumpkin happen. Weird. A big pumpkin happen. And I can say pumpkin and get away with it almost. A big pumpkin happen. Yes, I said pumpkin, but it doesn't matter. A big pumpkin happen. a big pump can happen. That's interesting how that works there. So anyway, you didn't come here for word salad. That's what you go to a Kamala Harris event for. So, the crowd goes wild. This guy's a funny guy. I've never seen him. Unbelievable. On the weekend, out of control here, banging on him to the upside. Selby cup and handy all the way to the back. So, you know, Bitcoin looking beautiful on the 1 hour, actually. You know, like it could break out. 4 hour wanting to turn the tides. Can we get the move? Interesting. Liquidity to the upside. And, you know, I'm watching that 15-minute because there's a chance I miss out on a massive pump. There really is. It is the weekend. Unlikely. But anything is possible. If this starts to pump and I catch a flag up here with the 21 sitting pretty, I'm gonna take on that flag. All right. I'm gonna keep that there for myself to remind myself, keep the chart up. And that's my plan, and I'm sticking to it. So shout out to everybody here on the live. Have fun with your family. It is a Saturday. I believe it's the first day of spring or the last day of summer. Is that? Let's just say, I'm sorry, spring. First day of fall. What am I? I'm out of my mind. The fall equinox, right? First day of fall. Because here it's so beautiful in Florida. I think I'm getting a little like, you know. Okay, so here it is. Yeah. The first day of fall. Okay, according to the astronomical calculations and various news sources, the first day of fall occurs Sunday, September 22nd at 8:44 p.m. Eastern Daylight. This marks the official beginning of the autumn season in the northern hemisphere, characterized by cooler temperatures, changing foliage, and shorter days. The day and night are approximately equal in length, lasting around 12 hours, as the Earth's axis tilts away from the sun. The autumnal equinox hasn't occurred in September since 1931 and won't happen again until 2303. Wow. That exact time of the equinox varies slightly from year to year due to the Earth's slightly elliptical orbit around the sun. But there's an autumnal equinox that happens like once every, I guess, 500 years. Anyway, so so tomorrow really will be your first day of fall at 8 p.m. apparently, if you want to be exact. But tomorrow's the first day of fall. Today's the last day of summer. So enjoy it, my friends. Enjoy it. I was posting today looking Boston for the net. Look at this. This is why I left the city of Boston. I love Boston. But you know, it's so beautiful. And so I was just looking at the weather, you know, before I jump out of here. Sarasota for the next 5 days. 89, 74 at night. 89, 72, 90, 74, 90, 75. You know, 74 at night with a nice breeze. I got the outdoor fans. Sitting in that jacuzzi. Life is good, man. And then, you know, a little bit of rain here and there, but it rains for an hour or two. It never rains all day. We're talking 88%, 84, and then the weather by next Monday, 84 is the high, 76 is the low. It's going to be just so beautiful, and it's amazing. And so I'm looking forward to that. And then I looked at Boston, the weather that I left, and today it rains, 100% chance at 12 o'clock. It's 57 and rainy, and it's going to be cloudy for the next. Look, Boston was like Seattle sometimes. Look, there's no sun in the forecast for 10 days straight. It's going to be cloudy for the next, finally a little bit of sun, partly cloudy next Monday. The high will be 66. So we'll be in the 60s and in the 50s and raining the entire time. Meanwhile, I'll be at the beach. Chilling. You know what I mean? Anyway, I love you all. I appreciate you. Let's hang out tonight at 8 p.m. and have a blast. Let's see if my predictions are correct for where Bitcoin's going to go. And I'll make sure, you know, right now what I did is I hooked up my kids' internet to the TV and they are streaming. It could be snatching a little bit of bandwidth there, and we're going to switch that. They have their own internet. But the other night, someone was working and the kids needed it, and so I switched it. So I'll switch it back. Hopefully that's all we're looking at, because that's the only thing that's been different the last couple of days anyway. But I love you all. I appreciate you. It's been like that, but no one's been using the TV at the time, so of my streams, because no one's here, right? At 10 in the morning. My daughter's at work. Anyway, I love you all. I appreciate you. And I will see each and every one of you tonight at 8 p.m. May God bless you all, and thank you so much for being here. I hope you got a lot out of the stream. And I hope you're ready for whatever happens. And remember, I don't do this because I want to. I wish I could just take the day off. But when you trade cryptocurrency and it works 24/7, the one day you take off is the one day there could be one of the biggest. I'm telling you right now. So I've learned my lesson, man. Once you commit to crypto, it's kind of an everyday affair. I'm sorry. It is what it is. And yeah. But, you don't go, even though it's an everyday affair, you take time throughout the day. Like, today I will, make sure, hopefully maybe, to get away from the charts for 2 hours at a time and not stare at them all day long, Set alerts. Like what I can do right now, actually, even for myself, which is a smart decision, is you can even just set an alert here for Bitcoin. So you get like this vertical line and be like, well, where's it going to be in a few hours? Well, I don't know. But you know what? I'll remind because I might want to go garden. I might want to hang out with my wife. Who knows what's going to happen? And then ding, 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 right? And then it'll just remind you around there is where things should kind of be cooking, or we should be sideways, right? And then you can also grab that line, hit control, pull it over, and set like another one a little later. And that just kind of covers me up until about 6:15, right? And then we'll go from there. And then if one of these hits, right, and we start flagging, like I say, and the 21 comes in, then I know what to do. I know I'm going to take a long. Sorry, let me show my screen. I was like, you're not seeing your screen. No, Sam. Oh no, something happened here. So all I was saying is set a vertical line, right click the vertical line, and you can hit add alert. I already added mine, so it says edit now, but right there it will say add an alert. So I get alerts, and when we cross this, it goes ding, 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 ding. My phone will do it, my computer will do it. So I'll be reminded of what's happening in the market, and it will tell me kind of, okay, I'm expecting a flag on the 15-minute with the 21 to come close if we're bullish. If we're not, we're just going to kind of go sideways for the rest of the day, right? And where was 8 p.m., which is 20, right? But we'll put that line at 8 p.m. I'll be live at 8:10 exact, So, and to me, it looks like we may go kind of sideways and up and be like right around in this circle. That's what I'm looking at. But you never know. So we're looking for price action to be in this area when I come tonight. Only time will tell. I love you. I appreciate you all. Thank you for jumping on in for this deep down, awesome analysis of Bitcoin. Thank you for being here. Didn't get a chance to read the chat as much. I was pretty focused in the charts. But I love each and every one of you. I thank you all for being here. Shout out to Barefoot Sailing Adventures. Shout out to everybody here. And God bless everyone who jumped on into the live with me today. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you tonight at 8 p.m. Did you end up selling Sui? Still holding strength. No, I'm going to continue to hold it for now. But thank you for reminding me of that. I didn't even remember, man. I really didn't. Everybody, thank you. God bless you. And I'll see you tonight at 8 p.m. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy yourselves, man. Remember, live in the present moment. That's all you have. That's it. That's all I have today. That's all you have. Do what you love. Live in the present moment. Follow your heart. Go after your passions. A little something for the jaw, man. Good morning, Rudy. You are constantly giving every single time. May God bless you, man. What a blessed person you are. Thank you so much for the constant love and the constant support. You don't need to, but you do. That will come back to you tenfold. I just know it. I know it will. Shout out to Blockchain Bonehead, Blocky, and everybody out there supporting the lifers. Shout out to all my mods, everyone that makes this show happen. The music, the DJs. Shout out to Google and YouTube and the algorithm. We appreciate everything that goes our way. Shout out to all the channel sponsors. I Trust Capital, Houdini Swap, and Decrypted.tax, which is, amazing to have those sponsors. So we appreciate you. Everyone, I'll be gone, but I'll be back. I'll see you tonight at 8 p.m. God willing, inshallah. I'll see you. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time. God bless.